Hello guys, welcome to our today's tutorial. Dr. Brennery here. Our today's tutorial we are going to discuss about diazepine in pharmaceutical chemistry and analysis, third year pharmacy program. Alright, so here we are going to look at this which is called diazepine. Alright, so diazepine is a compound that is 7-membered heterocyclic compound. We can say a 7-membered heterocyclic compound. All right, so a 7-membered heterocyclic compound, and it has got 3 pi bonds, but it's not it is not aromatic. Okay, so we can say this one, it is 7-membered heterocyclic compound. It has 3 pi bonds, but it is not aromatic. So it is common due to a number of fascinating rearrangements it undergoes. So we have a lot of fascinating rearrangements in which this compound diazepine undergoes, and we're going to look at pharmaceutical use of this diazepine. Remember, it is 7-membered heterocyclic compound. It has got 3 pi bonds, and it is not aromatic, but it is very, very common because of the number of the rearrangement it undergoes. Right, so we need to know the IUPAC name of IUPAC nomenclature of diazepine. So diazepine, it looks like this. There is nitrogen here. So before that, I want to tell you to know that it has got pi electrons, 3 pi electrons, 3 pi electrons. So these pi electrons, which are double bond, are found on position 2 and 3. They are also found on position 4 and 5. They are also found on position 6 and 7. So we need to know that they have pi. So here pi bond, not pi electrons, pi bonds. Good. So here I'm sure I mentioned to say there is 7-membered heterocyclic compound, 3 pi bonds, and it is not aromatic, but it's it is common because of or due to the number of fascinating rearrangement in which it undergoes. So we have 3 pi bonds in this compound, which are supposed to be on position 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, and 6, 7. It is well known. It doesn't change, just like that. These are not delocalized, right? So it is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. But this guy who is called the diazepine has got nitrogen on position. So here there is nitrogen. You find it on position 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. So these are the things that were 1 and 4. Sorry, not 1 and 4. So these are the things that we need to know. Pi bonds are found on the position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and nitrogen found on the position 1, 2 or 1, 4. Right, so the IUPAC nomenclature, which can say is, I can give you this. Okay, so here the other one is pyro, like nitrogen. So here I can say something like this. Okay, so here something like this. So when counting, this has got 7. It's a heterocyclic compound which has got 2 nitrogen, either on position 1 and 2 or position 1 and 4. So when you look at that, you find that it has got the double bond on position 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. When you start counting the position, you start counting to the one that has got a pyro-like, to the nitrogen that has got pyro-like nitrogen with a hydrogen. So you start counting here, you go to this, where you find the nitrogen here. So 2, 3, there is a double bond there, and 4, 5, there's a double bond there, 6, 7, there's a double bond there. You've seen? So this one is called doesn't have any substituent, you get? So this guy is called 1,3 diazepine. Get? Diazepine, not diazap, but diazepine. You get? That's the IUPAC nomenclature of this. Is 1,2 diazepine. Why is it 1,2? That's where the nitrogen is. Are we okay? So there now, you can go to something else which is very, very important. Now, you find that the most common question that you have is that there is a bond there. So here, that's why I said you need to know where the pi bonds are there. But you find that some bonds will be removed and there will be a ketone. You get? For example, let me just give you an example of this. CH3, then here, like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, then here they put a ketone there. They'll put a ketone there, something like that. So still the same, you count the same way, so that you know the one which has got the pyro, the one that doesn't have anything, the nitrogen is the first one. So, or the one that has something, the one that doesn't have anything, you can't start with it. So here, the one that has something is a pyro, like it can be hydrogen, it can be anything, ethyl, methyl, just like that. So this is position 1, position 2, position 3. Okay, there is a double bond here. Okay, then this is position 4, 5, then 6 and 7 there. So when naming this, you're going to say, all right, so when naming this, you name it as on position 1 there's methyl. So here position 1 there is methyl like this. Position 1 there is methyl. Then here you need to, okay, let me just use the other board, or yeah, let me use the other board here. So as I say that here there is nitrogen, another nitrogen, something like this. Okay, I don't know, it's not making sense, Okay, something like this. Then here there's a double bond, here there's a double bond, then here there's CH3. Okay, good. As we have started counting already on position 1 is this one. So here we started counting on position 1, position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So when naming this compound, you know that on position 2 and 3 is supposed to have a pi bond, on position 4, 5 pi bond, 6, 7 pi bond, but on position 6, 7 there is no pi bond there. So which means we say, because there's no pi bond, there's no double bond there, we have replaced it with hydrogen. Which are how many hydrogen? 2 hydrogen there on position 6 and 7. So what we are going to do, we are going to say on position 1 there is a methyl group, which we are going to say methyl like this. Then on position 6 and 7 we have replaced it with the dihydro. So you're going to write dihydro like this. Then on position 1 and 2 there is diazi, then pin. It's supposed to be pinone, but because of this compound, it's a diazepine, but it's a derivative. It has got a ketone on position 6, which is supposed to end with 1, and it is on position 6, so it will be like this. Okay, so that is a name here. We have just added something here where they all pi bonds were completely like we are 3, but here they are not, because on position 6 and 7 there is missing there. So here we're going to say 1 methyl 6,7 dihydro 1,2 diazepine 6, like that. You get? Okay, so that's how you name that one. For example, I can even bring something like this. Okay, so you know that nitrogen is not always can come on position 2, but even on position 3, like this. even on position 4, sorry. Nitrogen can also come on position 4. Okay. So like this, then here. So these are the exam questions. Okay, the exam questions. So when you look at this, here is something like this. All right. So where are we going to start counting? The one with pyrrolite. So here we're going to start from here, 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. That is a diazepine. So we are going to say on position, we're supposed to have a double bond on position. So here there's a double bond, sorry. There's a double bond. Where? Here there's a double bond. So we're supposed to have a double bond on position 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. But we only have the double bond on position 4, 5, 6, 7, which means on position 2, 3, it has been replaced by what? By hydrogen. So there, what we're going to do, we're going to say, okay, between bromo and ethyl, here on position 1 there's ethyl, 6 here there's bromo. So we're going to say, okay, we're going to say on position 6 there's bromo. So here you write bromo like this, you get? Then 1 methyl like this. Then you're going to say on position 2, 3, you have dihydro, because it has been replaced by hydrogens. Dihydro like this. Then 1,4, because nitrogen and it is position 1 and 4, so it will be diazepine. Why? It's okay, it's diazepine. So here, because of this ketone which is on position 2, we're going to say like this. Or here, diazepine, then on position 2 there is a ketone. So there you can say 6 bromo, 1 methyl, 2,3 dihydro, 1,4 diazepine, 2, 1. Just the same as this. But here 6, 1, right? Because it was on position 6. But here this ketone is on position 2. Like that. Get? So there's the other question that came in 2019, which was like this. There's this one here. There's CH3 here. Then here there's something like this. There's something like this. Then here there's nitrogen with hydrogen there. Then here there's also nitrogen there, like this. You get? So which means here there's a double bond, and also here there's a double bond, like that. So that's how it was. Then here, as we know that this is the position with the one with the 1 hydrogen. Pyrrolite is a position 1. So when naming, we know how to name. So we're going to say this one position 1, position 2, position 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So which means on position 2 and 3 you have a double bond, 4 and 5 double bond, but 6 and 7 don't have a double bond. So what are you going to do? You start with the substituents. You have methyl and phenyl. So methyl will start first, which is 5 methyl, sorry, 5 methyl like this. Then here 4 phenyl, you get, like this. Then 6,7 dihydro, 1, is it 1,4, 1,2? 1,2 diazepine, and on position 6 there is a ketone like this. So 5 methyl, 6 phenyl, 6,7 dihydro, 1,2 diazepine, 6 ONE. Right. So that is the name. Then you find that this diazepine is now in you find that there is a benzene fused with this diazepine. For example, you have something like this. Then here there is, let me say N there. Okay, there, something like this. Okay, so it has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so something like that, you get. So here there is hydrogen. Let me put hydrogen there. Then here it will be like this. Okay, something like that. So this one is called a benzodiazepine. Benzodiazepine. This is called benzodiazepine. Get? So this is called the benzodiazepine. That's the name. It's benzodiazepine. You get? So now it comes as when you are writing a nomenclature of benzodiazepine, you will find a lot of questions on these. For example, let me just say, so here when it is a benzodiazepine, when it is there is a ketone there, then there will be no double bond on position 2, 3, or 3 or 4. It depends where you're going to have. But what you are supposed to do, it is you need to know that you can either put dihydro or you cannot put dihydro, but the answer is the same when you're dealing with the diazepine. For example, let me get an example that came in one of the past papers. This is the question here, which is something like this. Okay, something like this. There is a nitrogen there, and also here there is a nitrogen. Then here there is CH3, like that. Then here, which is 1, 2. Okay. All right, so going to have this. Then we're going to have this there, and this is a benzene, right? Okay, good, something like that. So when naming this now, you're going to follow the alphabetical order. They start on the alphabetical order. Then dihydro you can't put, or if you want you can put. You get? So when naming, the one start with the one with pyrrolike, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So between chloro, methyl, so here I can even put something here so that it can become more interesting. Let me put a phenyl here, and this phenyl will become, okay, let me put phenyl there. Okay, yeah. So here on this position there is phenyl there. Then it has got CH3. Okay, so as we know that this is on position 5. So when naming here, what are we going to do? We are going to say, okay, this is benzodiazepine. So benzodiazepine, the way we name it, we're going to follow the alphabetical order. This is a phenyl, this is methyl and chloro. Which one start first? Is C, chloro. So it will be 7 chloro, like this. Then you're going to say 1, the methyl is on position 1, so 1 methyl. Okay, it was good if I can. Okay, let me just rub at the top part. I'm sure you have copied this, which is for the general structure for the benzodiazepine. Now this one, want to name it. I'll write I'll write the name on top. So we said it start with 7 chloro, like this. Then 1 methyl, because you start how you write how they start on the alphabetical order. Then here 5 phenyl, But because of phenyl has got another substituent, which means you're supposed to put them in bracket, which is here is position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, 5, 6. Get? Or you can use, I can use the other color sorting. So this one position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So where can we find the methyl here on this phenyl? Is on position 3. So we're going to write 3 methyl, then phenyl, like this, 3 methyl phenyl, then in bracket there. That's why now we're going to say position 1, it is connected to benzo. So here you just write 1 benzo, like this, the way I've written 1 benzo. You find what about the position of the nitrogen is 1, 4, the same thing, diazepine. What about the position of the ketone? On position 2, like this. So that's the name there. 7-chloro, 1 methyl. Then also on position 5, there is a phenyl there, which has got a position 2. Position 3 we have methyl of this phenyl. That's why I've put them in bracket. So it's 7-chloro, 1 methyl, 5. Then there are 3 methyl phenyl, 1 benzo, 1,4 diazepine, 2 ONE. That's how we're supposed to name this. So here you find some questions, some papers will be marked putting dihydro there on position 2 and 3. You say that before benzo there we put 2, 3 dihydro, then 1 benzo, 1,3 diazepine, 2. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So you get, it's the same thing. Okay. So that's this. But this guy, which is called benzodiazepine is very, very important in our field, which is for pharmacy, because this diazepine is a psychoactive drug, as it has varying sedative. We can say it can induce sleep. We can also say it is anxiolytic or anticonvulsant. These can also be used as a muscle relaxant, and also they help in the treatment of muscle spasm, insomnia, agitation, seizure, and alcohol withdrawal. These are very, very important because they can also act as a pre-medication for medical or dental procedure. It's very, very important. This guy who is called diazepine, sometimes you will just find BDZ, most especially when you are studying on the mood stabilizers. You find this drug here, which is BDZ, which is benzodiazepine. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Stay safe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, as we are helping one another. Right.